Hey guys, I'm reality of wrestling superstar,
From Sydney, Australia, Rob!
and this is week 5, episode 5, and today I'm going to be talking a lot about meat substitutes, in particular ones that come from soy. Just a quick update on me. So this week I've been using the MyFitnessPal app to sort of compare the calories that I'm getting now compared to when I was eating more animal products. I did find out that I was having too much protein in my shakes. Too much protein? Isn't that funny? So I actually took out the egg whites that were in my smoothies. Just straight out. It's fine. Haven't affected them whatsoever. They still taste just as good. So I guess I didn't really need them. The main point I do want to bring up today is meat substitutes. So far I've found 2 meat substitutes. You got seitan, which is made from wheat gluten, and you got a lot of the meat substitutes out there made from soy products. Today I'm going to concentrate on the soy products, talk about some that I've tried, some that I've liked, some that I didn't like. The first thing that normally springs to people's mind is of course soy milk, which a lot of people have jumped onto anyway, just out of their lactose intolerance. But what a lot of people don't realize is that soy can be used in many other ways to create a whole range of different meat substitutes. Some of these brands that I've tried are Beyond Meat and Gardein. I talked briefly in my first episode about Beyond Meat chicken strips and how much I did not like it, not even the tiniest bit. But since I've been using some Gardein products, which I've actually enjoyed, especially their beefless crumbles, so just think like ground beef, but there's actually no beef in it. I've been having these beefless crumbles at least once a day with rice and vegetables. For the most part, it's tasted pretty good to go from eating meat to eating these meat tasting products anyway. It's been a great transition to go from my ground turkey to just eating these meatless crumbles in my rice and vegetables. The main ingredient in these beefless crumbles and a lot of these meat substitutes is soy isolate. Soy isolate is pretty much a protein isolate, but it comes from refining soybeans. The problem is there's starting to be question as to whether the soy isolate is actually good for us. Like any health trend, something starts out, people start questioning, is it really good for me? There have been a few studies out there saying that a soy isolate diet will actually hurt you just as much as a meat eating diet would. So what's the point of giving up meat if you're going to switch over to soy isolate and have the exact same problem? Some of these research papers, of course, were funded by the meat and dairy industry. So how reliable are they? The big question is soy isolate changing our hormones? That's the big worry, that's the big push, that's what everyone's fearful of. And right now there's no definitive answer. So what do I do about my meat substitutes? It's definitely something to think about. Even though it hasn't been proven, there's this chance that eating a lot of soy isolate could actually detriment you in the future. I think there's an easy solution here: eating in moderation. That's really what we should do with everything. Eat in moderation. Soy isolate should probably be the same. And if you can cut it out of your diet, great. For me, I'm already looking to cut out the beefless crumbles. And I don't think it's going to be that difficult for me. And it might just be because I'm so conditioned to meal planning. I've been meal prepping every Sunday for the past... how old am I? It's got to be at least 7 years. For me, I'm used to eating this set meal every single day, except for Sundays. Cutting out the beefless crumbles, adding more vegetables, as long as I'm getting the right macronutrients and I enjoy the meal, that isn't a big deal to me. But that isn't to say that I won't, on occasion, enjoy some tofu when I'm out at a restaurant, or treating myself to some form of meat substitute when I'm away, or just because I feel like it. It's all about eating in moderation. And honestly, if those soy isolate meat substitutes is what helps you cut some meat out of your diet, then that's a good thing. There's a chance soy isolate is bad for us. It's already been proven that too much meat is bad for us. The soy isolate route could be helpful in your transition from taking meat out of your diet. And then you never know, maybe then you can get rid of that too. At the end of the day, what do? We do what works for us. While I am looking at taking soy isolate meat substitutes out of my everyday diet, I am planning in the future to add soy into my diet in the form of tempeh. Yeah, I know I was just talking about taking soy isolate meat substitutes out of my diet, but tempeh is actually a little bit different. See, tempeh isn't refined soybeans, it's fermented soybeans. And apparently in fermentation of the soybeans actually removes a lot of the negative qualities. So at least I have that option of eating a meat substitute like tempeh. Unfortunately, it is quite high in fat, so you gotta be careful of that. But the important thing is, it is another option. The more recipes that I look at, the more books I read, the more I realize how many options there are out there other than just filling my body full of meat. When I started this thing, I didn't know whether I'd go vegan. And after seeing some certain YouTube videos, apparently what I'm doing is a plant-based diet. Either way, I never thought I would go all in on a plant-based diet. And the more and more I do this, the better I feel and the easier this is all becoming. That's it for today. Meat substitutes containing soy isolate proteins, great for a transition, but they may not be a great staple in your new plant-based diet. But tempeh's okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful, especially if you're on your own journey to starting a new plant-based diet, or should I say plant-based lifestyle. Please leave any comments, suggestions, questions, anything in the comment section below this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you want to continue watching my journey of wrestling with vegetables. And most importantly, remember, when it comes to eating soy isolate meat substitutes, eat smart.